By the end of 2025, I am increasing my projection for both gold and silver because I anticipate the following 3 months will be chaotic, which will assist these metals. While we go in, let's discuss it. Those of you who have been watching my channel since 2020 are aware that I have been making prediction videos, and I do it purely for enjoyment. I'm only doing it for fun. My opinion on the appropriate pricing points should not be used as a basis for any decisions. On silver, I have been more mistaken than I have been on gold. When it comes to gold, I have been completely correct each and every time. First things first though, I will only make this change if I have been proven correct. So, when I make these forecasts, these are the conditions I place on myself. By year's end, the price of silver or gold will have reached my predicted level. Put simply, they were able to reach that threshold. It will still reach its destination regardless of how far it retreats. With that as a base, I may make adjustments as needed, depending on my expectations for the year's conclusion. This prediction is thus valid for the subsequent 3 months all the way to the year 2025. I'll begin with gold, and the places I anticipate it will reach before year's end, regardless of how much it drops on December 31st. If it does what I set out to do, then I may claim that my assumptions were correct. Regardless, the point isn't that I'm right or wrong, all in good fun. Nonetheless, I like to think that my predictions are well informed, as I keep an eye on the market trends. Plus, gold is looking great right now. For the past few weeks, I've been feeling somewhat downcast, as if we've already reached the peak. Plus, I have no idea where the ceiling will be, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say that gold will hit $4,100 per ounce before the year is up. Then why is that? Reason being, central banks are keeping their gold reserves steady by buying more of it. Oh, absolutely. We are well versed in both Russia and China, the two leading gold producers. Given the current state of geopolitical unpredictability, it serves their purpose to keep amassing it. As a result, gold is likely to maintain its strong performance. Now it's trading at a record high, which is much higher than any of the most optimistic projections for 2025 made by any of the big Wall Street institutions. The revaluation of the dollar due to trade disputes and tariffs has caused gold and silver to enjoy a breakout year. A new era of instability is upon us as China, Russia, and their allies seek alternatives to the currency for international trade. Additionally, a huge sovereign debt crisis has hit the West, and that is contributing to the increase in the prices of gold and silver. Now, all other major asset classes have been pushed to the background by the breakout in 2025. Additionally, demand from central banks has never been higher. In the midst of this gold rush and unprecedented demand from central banks, it's like a Netflix versus blockbuster battle. In the history of commodities and gold, this may rank among the most momentous and consequential events. Upon offering the identical content over a streaming network, Netflix rendered Blockbuster's economic model completely outmoded and out of date. Significant advancements were made in the delivery system. We improved the product. After introducing its initial stream in 2002, Netflix went from having $1 per share to $1,200 today, becoming one of the biggest companies on earth. The customer experience was so good, it was like night and day that Blockbuster went bankrupt. The technology is what actually matters, but there has been some pushback against Netflix as of late. Exchange-traded funds, ETFs, democratized access to gold trading in the 2000s, much to how Blockbuster locations democratized movie viewing. The current ETFs face stiff competition from both established and up-and-coming firms, but the next revolutionary change might be around the corner. The current gold bull market has surprised many, but many people are scared off by the lack of transparency around audits, and the fact that these exchange-traded funds, ETFs, aren't backed by the actual metals. Additionally, there are dozens of countries where these funds can't be traded. The ETF providers are well aware of the significant issues that expose their vulnerabilities. More than $120 billion and counting are managed by the biggest gold ETF. What I'm about to reveal, though, may prove to be their most significant challenge to date, and I will soon get into silver's price forecast here. Mining hero Sean Rosen and billionaire mining mogul Frank Giustra see a chance to shake up the existing exchange-traded fund, ETF industry with a globally accessible, yield-bearing financial product that is fully backed, vaulted, audited, and validated. By commercializing fully backed, vaulted, audited, and verified ownership of gold and other leading commodities, Frank Giustra plans to shake up the precious metals and commodities industry. Today's video is sponsored by StreamX, a newly listed Nasdaq company with the ticker symbol STEX, in which Giustra has invested heavily, owning 17 million shares. Billionaire Frank Giustra, who presently owns STEX, valued at $90 million, appears to be in agreement as well. The goal of StreamX is to revolutionize commodities ETFs in the same way that Netflix revolutionized movies and TV shows and Apple revolutionized music and phones. They aim to streamline, simplify, and enhance the user experience in order to make it more accessible on a worldwide scale. Final preparations are underway at StreamX before the introduction of their first product, a gold one that is both fully backed and yield-bearing, on top of Frank Giustra's big holding. Significant skin in the game for the revolution's leaders, as each of the two co-founders owns 21 million shares, valued at well over $100 million. Some people feel that exchange-traded funds, ETFs, aren't the best fit for them, and that they have a hard time trusting them due to concerns about the fees and premiums charged by management and the lack of assurance from audits. I liken StreamX's impending launch to Netflix in a figurative sense because of the game-changing potential it possesses. This is similar to the time when StreamX debuted their first streaming service, as the company is gearing up to introduce its first offering to shoppers all around the world. Cantor Fitzgerald, once run by the sons of former Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, has led the effort to raise $1.1 billion for the firm using a combination of shares, convertible debentures, and a line of credit. The corporation can use this money to invest in genuine gold to support their products and maybe even contribute to their own financial standing. One of the earliest publicly listed firms to have gold on their books would most likely be StreamX, which trades under the Nasdaq symbol STEX, a refreshing shift. They plan to expand into silver and other metals after launching a number of gold goods. In contrast to current exchange-traded funds, commodities are primed for a fintech revolution. Having gold in and of itself does not generate income. As a result of StreamX's innovative product, which generates yield, the owner will basically receive payment for owning gold. Read up about StreamX. It's aiming to shake up the commodities, ETF, and completely backed, audited, and confirmed ownership industries on a worldwide scale. Secured and redeemable. Below this description, you will find a link to StreamX. I only made a passing reference to silver there. I also think silver will look excellent for the next 3 months, so if they decide to switch to it, they should. I predict that the price of silver will hit $51 per ounce, which is close to where it is now, but will still be a new nominal record. $51. Considering the current state of affairs, it is not unreasonable to assume that silver's price will rise more than gold's. This is due in large part to silver's adaptability and versatility across various markets. After all, the metal has 10,000 different applications, and as I have repeatedly shown, both in China and elsewhere, the supply of silver is under severe strain. Although silver and gold have just had a fall, I believe they are well positioned to recoup their losses and keep climbing, with silver in particular appearing to be practically recession resistant. The supply chains are currently experiencing stress, and I expect this stress to last beyond 2026. Does that imply it is totally immune to the effects of a recession? Number. Especially if there's a market crash, we're going to see some damage done. But the fundamentals for silver are so good, I think that it will be short-lived, and there's many different recession-resistant or recession-proof aspects of the economy with green energy mandates around the world and other areas in healthcare, science, technology, and that are poised for silver's demand to continue to be strong and challenge the supply. And I think that's what we're looking at here with silver. So I'm feeling really good about silver. $51, I think, is doable now. Again, remember, these predictions are just my own feelings on where the price of silver is going to go. It's what I think is going to happen, does not necessarily mean it's going to be true. This video is about my analysis and my opinion. However, I have been incorrect about silver about half the time I have made predictions, while I have been correct about gold every single time. So, please do not base your decisions on my words alone. I am also open to hearing your thoughts on the matter. I would greatly appreciate it if you could share your thoughts on the feasibility of my gold and silver price targets with me in the comments section below. Additionally, I am curious to know what you think the prices of these metals will reach by the end of the year. Keep in mind that prices could skyrocket to these levels tomorrow, then plummet by December 31st, in which case I would still be correct because I reached those levels before settling back down. I don't really have much wiggle room though, because there are others who make predictions about where they will end up by that date. I would greatly appreciate it if you could share your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational, and that you would like to extend a multi-tiered subscription